Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Rosenthal, and this is my third attempt to make a recording about few Israeli startups. And by startups, I mean companies that are about 10 years old or younger or newer, let's say. So we're going to go talk about a company that is called Crito Reason, which six of the top 10 pharma companies are already using to make data-driven decisions on immunology, inflammation, immunology, metabolism, and other therapeutic areas. The fact that they're already in with six out of the 10 top pharma companies tells me that these people are not a startup. Although they did close a round of $80 million, which is super significant, obviously. And basically, they have these pharmaceutical partnerships, obviously. And it's really too bad that this company did not exist before, or if it did, couldn't influence the narrative on taking, and understanding our immune system and how our immune system reacts to, say, for example, new vaccines. But the fact that we're moving in that direction towards utilizing data to make decisions and not just people yelling on the internet who've only taken 1 hour of science is at least going in the right direction. So color kavod to this company called Saito Reason. And we're going to go on to the next one. Hopefully a little bit like more traditional startup, quote unquote. And this is a company called Cetera, and they have developed a edge accelerating global file system across public and private cloud environments with AI-based ransomware protection and data intelligence services. Everything I'm going to be telling you about is, let's say 99.9% is going to have AI in it, artificial intelligence, because basically if you don't have AI, you're not really a serious company in today's day and age. And this company, they also raised $80 million in primary and secondary funding. Um, so they look at the public and private cloud environments to protect against ransomware, mostly in data intelligence. So this company, if you're going to be selling this, you have to be quite technical. You're going to be talking to engineers, project managers. You're going to be talking to the CIS, the CISO, the Chief Information Security Officers on the highest levels, and CTOs. So in order to know this, you'd really have to like dig deep and understand the technology before you try to like offer it or to try to explain it to people in sales calls. Next company is called another cybersecurity company called DAZ, D-A-Z-Z. They raised $50 million to help security engineering teams reduce exposure, efficiently accelerate the company's momentum, and reducing risk prioritization and redeeming issues with AI technologies. That's funny. So basically, they're an AI solution to mitigate the risk of AI solutions. Um, let's say, what are they doing? So they're reducing exposure for all the companies that are now onboarding AI. This again, so this is where, dealing with security breaches and AI powered threats. And this is going to be an AI solution to understand it, which is kind of funny, but sounds, interesting. And again, this is another solution that if you were to onboard as an SDR or BDR, you'd have to sit with the engineering teams to fully understand what you're talking about before you get on the phones to try to cold pitch this. And then we have a company called Disinformation Detection Company, Cyabra, and they just did a NASDAQ SPAC merger. So Elon Musk commissioned them to analyze the level of bot activity on Twitter. So they're definitely not a true startup, but they just did a total enterprise value of $70 million at signing. It was founded in 2017. They've raised a total of 12.3 million from other investors. Um, been employed by 19 governments and Elon Musk to understand the bot activity, which was around 5% at one point. I think I remember reading that about 3 or 4 years ago. And it's a massive problem to understand like how bots are, on the internet, how they're utilized, especially in the run up to the last presidential campaign and the campaign before that, where the Mueller report put out that Russia was engaged in bot farming on a massive scale. But of course, nobody read the Mueller report. But anyhow, moving on from that, And we're going to go to another AI company called Cytoreason, disease models. I think I already read about that. Sorry, just read about that one already, said about that one. Another hybrid data company called Satira. They raised $80 million. And again, they're public and private cloud. So I hope I didn't already talk about them, but I have to kind of keep track of where I'm at. Let's see if I could find a new startup. Okay. Volumes, Series A, around $40 million. What do they do? Mm, trying to just get to what they do. So they enable companies that use cloud services from companies such as Amazon Web, Google, and Azure to save costs on training models, for example. It does by cutting the use of controllers, hardware components that accelerate cloud activity by means of Linux development community with open code that facilitates simulation of complex computing memory operations. This is quite complicated. So basically, you're gonna sort of like mirror your development in an open source and then put it onto the, closed, these closed cloud communities, cloud companies, I think. But who you're selling this to, wow, and how you'd actually, you know, make money on this company in terms of driving sales would be quite complicated. You're going to be talking to developers who use both open source and internal code, project managers, again, CTOs and CISOs, and it's a lot of going to be talking about storage and cloud and the different open source and the risks involved in open source. This is be a very tough company to onboard with in terms of working for as a sales guy. But I wish them all the best. And that's it for today. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.